Well, I got my name Bad Boys from basically when I was a kid. I used to fight at the Lawton Boxing Club they had here, and once I started fighting, I got pretty good at it. And then I turned professional at the age of 28, which was kind of late in boxing. But when I turned professional, I felt I was pretty good from my history from being an amateur. And so from that point, I had to make up a name. I had to have a name, a creative name and everybody used to always call me BB. I came up with Bad Boy, and I said, well, Bad Boy. And since I came with Bad Boy, everybody knows me as Bad Boy now. When I started, when I started as an amateur, I used to get a lot of rewards, which was Outstanding Boxing Reward. The Outstanding Boxing Reward was basically the best fighter of the night of an amateur show, which is about 30 fights. It'd be 30 fighters that night, and out of those 30 fighters, I would get the Outstanding Boxing Reward, which is the best fighter of the night. And I used to try to win it every time. At the age of 28, a guy, Gil Pelletier, came to Lawton with a gym, and then I don't know how it happened, but I ended up getting my first professional fight. I knocked the guy out in 38 seconds. And when I knocked him out in 38 seconds, it was some bum off the streets. It wasn't nobody really good, but it was some bum off the street. But it was just woke my eyes up and let me know that, hey, I can start a career in boxing. And so I started my career in boxing. I went at like 10-0, and then I broke my hand. And then after I broke my hand, I lost one of my fights. And then I kept fighting, and I got good. I got ranked in the world, 6th in the world. Well, I felt good about myself. And then I came across The Contender, which is a reality show that was giving away $1 million at the time. And I went on that show to try to get on it. I stayed out there for 9 days to try out for it and interviews and this and that, and came up short, came up number 20 out of 16 people. And so I had to, walk away crying like a baby. The lady promised me she'll call me back next year if they had it again. I was like, that's bogus, but I was like, okay, whatever. And so she actually called me back, and I went on there and made the top 16 this time. And when I made the top 16, I ended up winning the whole show. Walked away with $500,000, and prior to that, I won several fights, boxing pro fights, and which elevated my career to be the person I was. After I won the Contender, I was ranked number 6 in the world again. Won the $500,000, and I said, well, man, let me take a break and get my knee fixed. It took 2 years for me to come back. And after I came back, that's when I became ranked again as far as 6th in the world. And then, of course, I took another fight short notice. Being old, I was 44 years old my last fight. So I felt that my age was just catching up to me. And at that point, I had to go ahead and sit down and kind of end my career. Well, Saturday is an event that we came up with. We call it Expedition, and it's from kids from 7 all the way up to about 17 or so for the first event, which is 2 to 4. And then we have an adult show from 7 to 9, which is adults from probably 17 and on up. And what this consists of is people come to the gym that train and work out, that have some motivation to try to get out there and fight and do the things I have done. I just want to give them just a little example that it's not easy as it looks. We always have kids that come to the gym, or parents, or single moms or single dads come to the gym, and I find that they can't afford to come to the gym. And I hate turning kids away. I hate not being able to have a kid that I can take care of. So I get a little emotional about it. But anyway, because I don't have to do that, I have sponsorship, people that want to come in and help and do those things. And so, excuse me, but it brings little tears to my eyes, because when I think about some of the kids that need the help, that can't get it, and I can help them, and they always come back and tell me that I have helped them, and it makes me feel some type of way. And so it's good that I have a lot of people that like to come together and help commit to things like this, to help kids do things like this. And so I have created a thing where not only I create revenue for this event, but also create sponsorships, so people that want to come in and help these kids get better and exploit their life and maybe come out and turn out to be like I did. When I was fighting, before I started fighting, I had to work job to job. I worked at all these different places, and I got myself to a point where I was able to walk away from that. And it was all based off of my history of being able to be a fighter, of the times that I went to those little amateur shows, and I really try to be the best boxer that night. I look at it like, I try to teach my kids, my son, and everybody that that comes to my gym, that maybe one day you can actually do anything you want to do if you put your heart to it.